Hey guys, welcome to Comic-Con 2023. We are with director of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, Jeff Rowe. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you, first of all, so much for stopping by. I absolutely love Mutant Mayhem. It is so much fun, and we talked about this before. I love the message behind the movie.
Thank you.
I think that it's such a beautiful message about being comfortable in your own skin. And chat me up. Talk to me about the Ninja Turtles, because you guys use actual teenagers.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the energy they brought to the roles using actual teenagers.
So much. It's nothing we could have ever manufactured or came up with. Like something that I adore about this film is just how energetic it is and how much they talk over each other, and just how authentic that feels to my memories of like hanging out with my friends and what that feels like. And there would have been no way to create that without actually having them in a room together and just getting that organically and letting the tape roll in between takes and let them just talk about YouTube videos that they saw and try to make each other laugh. And we just took so much of that and put it in the film.
Absolutely, and we get a lot of that also with Splinter, who's played by Jackie Chan, and he is so good. We talked about his dad energy last time. I want to ask about Jackie Chan a little bit. When did you know he was going to be right for Splinter? I mean, I feel like that's an obvious choice when you think about it, but he executes it so well, and even the action is so Jackie Chan-esque.
Yeah, I mean, the action, we actually, like, before we had cast Jackie Chan, we're like, the action in this, it needs to be funny, and it needs to be like legitimately like have stakes and be compelling, and we should do it like a Jackie Chan action choreography, because no one's ever been funnier, and no one has better timing or rhythm. And then when we were talking about casting Splinter and we got the opportunity, we're like, Jackie Chan, is that possible? And people seem to think that it was possible, and we're like, this would be perfect. Yeah. He's like the spirit, his spirit is in the film already, and the thing that made it, aside from like he's like one of the greatest actors and martial artists, and he's so incredible. Just like aside from that, the thing that made us be like, yes, it has to be him, is he's so warm. Right. Like for a dad, for a father figure, he's so likable and earnest. And even when he's punishing the turtles or being strict with them, you can't be mad at him because he's so lovable.
Now, for those eagle-eyed, longtime Ninja Turtle fans, there's a ton of Easter eggs in this film, because I feel like this film really pays homage to the generations of little iterations we've seen in Ninja Turtles. Without any spoilers, is there a particular Easter egg that you really liked from the film? That was your touch, your personal touch in there?
Oh, no, I mean, it's not my personal touch. I wish it was my personal touch, but the use of ninja rap is very funny and excellent. And that was a thing that we just had some piece of like easy listening music in there for a very long time. And we're like, it's kind of funny. And then like, at like 1 in the morning one night, Seth texts me and he's like, it should be ninja rap. And I'm like, yes, that's perfect. Oh my God, that's the best idea. I wish I had thought of it. It's so good though.
Now, I know that you're a longtime Turtles fan ever since you were younger. Who was your favorite turtle growing up? I'm sure you got that question a lot.
Michelangelo. Yeah? I mean, I think he's a lot of people's. He was just so funny and goofy, and he was the one that I wanted to be, but painfully I was a Donatello.
I mean, Leo was my guy. I was a Leo fan, so I think you guys, like, he was perfect in this film.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know why I'm saying thank you. I mean, it's Nick Cam too.
You should say thank you. Come on now. Give yourself some credit.
Yeah, I really like Leo in this version, and it's like he's one of the characters that I think historically it's been hard to dimensionalize him. You know, that's the problem with the leader character, like the Red Power Ranger, Leonardo, like they're like, we do right, and I care about justice, and everybody be on mission. Like, it's not the character who's telling everybody to like pay attention is usually not a fun or funny character. And we found a way to make him really like earnest and self-aware and likable through trying to corral his brothers.
Now, when I was a kid, I used to collect the old school Ninja Turtle action figures, and I remember getting a lot of the action figures that never really appeared on the show when I was a kid.
Yeah.
However, you guys have a lot of them in this film. Mondo Gecko is one of my favorites. And Paul Rudd voices him, which I actually didn't know when I was watching the film. Like, it just disappeared into the role. How did you know that he was going to be the perfect choice for Mondo Gecko?
I did not. I think that was like Seth's suggestion, and we were like, oh great, yeah, Paul Rudd is wonderful. I bet he'd be really charming. And then like when we got him in the booth and he started doing those lines, like it was so funny and like laid back, and we're like, oh my God, this is gonna pair so nicely with Mikey, and their friendship is really beautiful.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Seth for a little bit, because he's also a huge Ninja Turtle fan and your collaborator on this film. Can you talk to me about working with him on this project? And then also, is there anything about working with him that made you look at Ninja Turtles in a different way and seeing it in a different way than you had before?
No, well, I mean, I think the amazing thing about Seth is like he is like one of the funniest people on the planet, and it's like he's just naturally like very funny. So he would often come up with ideas that were so insane and hilarious that we'd then be like, okay, now we have to put this in the film, and how do we make this make sense? But like taste wise, we have similar taste in film, and like he cares about making the characters grounded and emotionally relatable first and foremost. Like the number one thing is he wants you to connect with the characters, and that was such a good foundation to build the movie on.
Absolutely. Now, something we got to touch on is the gorgeous animation style. It is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful to look at. How did you guys settle on that style of animation? And because it looks pretty innovative.
Yeah, it's you know, we started from this place of wanting to make it look like teenage drawings, and make sure that it felt deconstructed and have bizarre shape language and broken perspective, and the things that formal art training kind of drives out of you. So we were in one way using it to enhance the overall teenage feelings of the film, and then also like so much of what I love about the Ninja Turtles is that they are weird looking. It's a weird idea. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's strange. It's funny, and the toys were gross sometimes.
Right.
Like we wanted to not shy away from that, and like hopefully give a new generation of fans the same I can't believe I'm getting away with this excitement that it brought me when I was a kid.
Now, I know that you're obviously a Ninja Turtles fan, and this is almost like a dream job for any kind of person that kind of grew up with that fandom, and then you get to direct a Ninja Turtle film. But what also is the biggest challenge of that as well?
I mean, the biggest challenge is like not messing it up. I mean, like my little brother, when I got the job, he was like, "Oh man, I'm so proud of you. Don't screw it up." And I'm like, I won't. I really don't want to. It was a lot of that, I think, from people. But I love these characters. They've meant so much to my life, and especially today in Hall H and doing a signing and like meeting so many of the fans and like seeing how truly important this is to so many people. It's a heavy burden. Like you want to make sure that you really honor the fans, and I think Seth and I just fell back on like, we're fans of this. That will shine through. Like, let's just make a really good movie.
Absolutely. Now, growing up, Michelangelo was your favorite, but you identified more with Donatello. Now, which turtle do you think you would be, and which turtle do you think Seth would be?
I think I am probably Leonardo, and I think Seth is maybe not even a turtle. He's like off to the side making fun of the turtles. I don't know. He's something like even cooler. Let me amend that. I think he's Raph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why so?
Something I adore about Seth is his bluntness and his I think utter lack of respect for authority, which is a really fun, and Raph is the character that most embodies that.
That's absolutely incredible. Now, with Ninja Turtles obviously having the fan base that it does, and you made, I will say, one of the best Ninja Turtle movies I've ever seen. What are you excited for the fans to see in this Ninja Turtles film?
I'm excited for them to see all of these mutant characters for the first time. I'm excited for them to hopefully cry at a Ninja Turtles film, like to see something that really takes the characters seriously and tries to like dimensionalize them in a way that I think hasn't been pushed this far before. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for. I think we did right by the Turtles, and I'm excited for other fans like me to receive that.
And you also did right by April O'Neil, because this is the best April O'Neil I think we've ever had in either the films or any of the other animated series. The last question I have for you is, I know that you have a star-studded cast with a ton of Ninja Turtles, obviously, and characters that we may have seen in toy packaging or whatever it is. Are there any other characters that you wanted to use that didn't quite make the cut?
I mean, I think you've seen the film. I think one of them makes a little appearance, and
we can't spoil that.
Oh yeah, we can't. No. I mean, people will know. But no, yeah. I mean, I think there's so many characters, and there's so many villains, and there's so much ground to cover, and there's just things like the Technodrome, which is the coolest thing in the world.
I was lying. That was not my last question. I actually wanted to ask about Ice Cube too, because I love him as Superfly. He is great, and this is an original character that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, you know, at one point Baxter Stockman was a villain, and then at one point he was transforming into a fly, and then to really tell this story about acceptance and the lengths to which the Turtles were going to seek acceptance, it really helped to have a villain that kind of wanted the same things as them and was a mutant like them and felt like an outsider like them. And we couldn't get that with any of the human characters. Like, he had to be a mutant, and we had to kind of create something that could fill that void.
Amazing. Jeff, thank you so much for stopping by. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is absolutely incredible. I hope everybody goes to see it, because I absolutely need to have a sequel now, because the movie's gorgeous. I'm going to see it about 15 times. So thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care.